The moment he was spotted at JFK, fans immediately connected the dots. His departure meant that his highly anticipated arrival at Incheon International Airport would soon unfold. Korean media outlets have already confirmed coverage, signaling the magnitude of this homecoming. Unlike a typical celebrity return from an overseas schedule, Jungkook's re-entry into Korea carries symbolic resonance. It is not just a travel detail, it is a cultural moment, marking the conclusion of a historic international appearance and the beginning of a new phase back in his own country. On one side, there is the pride of witnessing him dominate a global stage in New York. On the other, there is the intimacy of welcoming him home, a reminder that despite his global image, he is still deeply rooted in Korea's cultural fabric. This balance between global stardom and local belonging is what gives Jungkook's return a depth far beyond that of a typical celebrity schedule. His collaboration with Calvin Klein is not merely a contract, it has become a cultural statement. The brand has historically chosen figures who embody confidence, boldness, and timeless appeal. Jungkook's selection signaled not only his global influence, but also Calvin Klein's acknowledgement of how much the fashion landscape has shifted. No longer is global style dictated solely by Western celebrities. Asian icons like Jungkook are now the trendsetters. On the runway and across media platforms, Jungkook's NYFW presence generated headlines that transcended entertainment news. Fashion critics, business outlets, and mainstream publications all highlighted how his participation reshaped the narrative of the event. His tailored appearance and sharp presence captured photographers' lenses and dominated digital conversations. When fans around the world watched live streams and scrolled through countless photos, it became clear that Jungkook was not only representing himself or his band, he was representing an era of global cultural exchange. The Korean media has already scheduled extensive coverage. Reports confirm that camera crews will be stationed at Incheon to capture every moment of Jungkook's arrival. For media outlets, this is not merely about capturing a celebrity sighting. It is about documenting the return of a cultural representative who made global headlines abroad. Every gesture, every outfit choice, every wave to fans will be analyzed, broadcast, and shared. What makes Jungkook's homecoming compelling is the collective anticipation it has sparked. His fans in Korea, often referred to as ARMY, have been tracking his every move since his departure for New York. They watched his arrival at JFK, dissected his NYFW appearances, and followed every update through social media. Now, as he makes his way back, there is a sense of shared relief and excitement that his global journey has come full circle. This phenomenon highlights the unique relationship between Jungkook and his supporters. Unlike many celebrities who operate at a distance from their fan bases, Jungkook's career has been built on a foundation of shared experiences. His fans do not simply watch from afar. They feel connected to his journey, as though every international milestone he achieves is a collective victory. His return to Korea becomes, in a sense, their own return, bringing the energy of the global stage back home to be celebrated locally. The layers of significance in Jungkook's return reveal why it is not just a routine travel detail. There are three dimensions to this moment. Cultural victory. His performance at NYFW represents a cultural win, not only for himself, but also for K-pop, Korean fashion, and Asian representation in global spaces. His return to Korea allows that victory to be celebrated where it resonates most deeply: national pride. Korea has long championed Jungkook as one of its brightest cultural exports. Seeing him succeed abroad and then come home allows the nation to collectively take pride in his achievements, reinforcing his role as a global ambassador of Korean culture. Personal connection. For fans, Jungkook's return is not abstract, it is personal. It signifies a chance to see him again, to connect with his presence, and to celebrate alongside him after days of following his international journey. From a career perspective, Jungkook's NYFW appearance and subsequent return to Korea mark a critical moment. His ability to seamlessly move between global and local spaces underscores his versatility. Few artists can dominate New York's fashion world one day and be welcomed back as a beloved national figure the next. This fluidity is part of what makes Jungkook such a rare figure in contemporary culture. Moreover, this moment reinforces his dual identity, a global trendsetter and a deeply rooted Korean star. Many celebrities struggle to balance these roles, often sacrificing local relevance for global attention, or vice versa. Jungkook, however, thrives in both arenas. His return to Incheon after NYFW highlights that he does not need to choose, he can embody both identities simultaneously. As Jungkook's flight makes its way across the skies, what awaits at Incheon is not just a crowd of fans, but a carefully constructed cultural scene. The flashes of cameras, the cheers of supporters, and the poised demeanor of Jungkook himself will form a tableau that symbolizes more than just a celebrity's travel itinerary. It will stand as a moment that captures the essence of Jungkook's current place in the world, admired abroad, celebrated at home, and uniting people across borders. This homecoming also signals a transition in Jungkook's schedule and perhaps even in his career focus. His appearance at NYFW and his ongoing collaboration with Calvin Klein have opened new doors in the fashion industry. As he steps back into Korea, questions naturally arise. Will he deepen his involvement with fashion, taking on more ambassadorial roles or even creative collaborations? Or will he pivot back toward music, channeling the energy of his New York experience into upcoming projects? The answer, perhaps, lies in Jungkook's ability to bridge both worlds. His NYFW success has shown that he is no longer confined to music alone. He is a multi-industry figure whose presence carries weight across cultural sectors. Yet his return to Korea also reminds us that music remains at his core. Fans will be looking for signs of what he plans to do next, and the clues may emerge not from press statements, but from the subtle cues of his arrival. His interactions with fans, his comments to the media, and the tone he sets in the days following his homecoming. Jungkook's NYFW moment represents the latest evolution of this trend. His appearance was not merely about personal achievement, it was about K-pop's growing entrenchment in industries far beyond music. His presence at Calvin Klein's showcase symbolized how K-pop stars can now move seamlessly into fashion, influencing trends and commanding attention in arenas once dominated by Western icons. His return to Korea, then, becomes a way of reconnecting this global achievement with its local roots, reinforcing the idea that the world is watching not just Jungkook, but also the cultural wave he represents. While much of the coverage will focus on surface details, his outfit, his hairstyle, his gestures, the deeper undercurrent of Jungkook's return lies in the emotional resonance it carries. For fans, seeing him walk through the airport is not just about witnessing a celebrity. It is about reconnecting with someone whose journey they feel personally invested in. There is a sense of relief in seeing him back home, safe after a busy international schedule. There is pride in knowing that his achievements abroad reflect positively on their country. And there is joy in the anticipation of what comes next. These emotions, though rarely articulated in official coverage, form the heartbeat of the airport scene. They explain why thousands of people are willing to gather, wait, and celebrate a moment that, to outsiders, may seem like a routine travel detail. Looking ahead, Jungkook's return to Korea sets the stage for his next chapter. His involvement in fashion is unlikely to end with NYFW. Brands have already taken note of his global influence, and more collaborations are almost inevitable. At the same time, his music career remains an anchor, with fans eagerly awaiting new releases, performances, and projects. His ability to navigate both industries simultaneously will shape not only his personal trajectory, but also the direction of K-pop's cultural expansion. If Jungkook continues to dominate fashion while producing groundbreaking music, he may redefine what it means to be a global pop star in the modern era. His return to Korea, therefore, is not the conclusion of a story, but the beginning of a new phase one that will likely blend fashion, music, and cultural influence in unprecedented ways. Ultimately, the reason Jungkook's return matters so much is that it symbolizes a convergence of global and local significance. The world is watching not just because he is a star, but because he represents the intersection of industries, cultures, and identities. His presence at Incheon will be broadcast internationally, turning a local airport arrival into a global media event. For Korea, it is a chance to welcome home a representative who has elevated the nation's cultural standing abroad. For fans, it is an intimate moment of reconnection after days of following his journey from afar. For the global fashion and music industries, it is a reminder that Jungkook is not a fleeting figure. He is a defining presence whose influence continues to grow. As Jungkook's plane descends toward Incheon, the anticipation builds not just in the airport, but across media channels and fan communities worldwide. His return is more than a schedule update. It is a moment that encapsulates pride, anticipation, and cultural significance. It demonstrates how far he has come, how much he has achieved, and how deeply he remains connected to the place he calls home. In the days to come, the images of Jungkook walking through Incheon will circulate widely. They will be shared, analyzed, and remembered. But beyond the headlines and social media posts, what matters most is what this moment represents. A homecoming that bridges global triumph and national pride, marking yet another chapter in the remarkable story of Jungkook's ongoing journey.